Hi, welcome to A New You, which is focusing on the brain injured experience. Around 700,000 people in Australia have experience of a brain injury, and it's time there is wider awareness around this. I have here today Brent Alford, who is President of Brain Injury Matters and has experience of his own personal injury. How are you doing, Brent?
I'm fantastic, thanks Eva.
Excellent, thanks for coming and joining us.
No worries.
Why don't you tell me about your own experience?
Okay, so in 2006 I was out partying with some friends because I got a new job. I was leaving Melbourne, and my way to say goodbye to Melbourne was to go out and get very drunk, which I did, and at the end of the night I tried to get into 3 nightclubs, but I got rejected because I was too intoxicated. So I went round the back of one of them, and I tried to jump in I tried to climb up a balcony, and then I tried to jump into the nightclub, but when I got to the second level I fell, landing on a vending machine. Put me in a coma for 7.5 weeks, and I lost use of my left side, which is why I'm holding the bottle here, because I can't really do much else and let it go with functional movement. Anyway, I had 17 broken bones, and I was in the coma for 7.5 weeks, and so rehab pretty much started from then.
Wow, How long did it go for?
How
long did your acute rehabilitation go for?
So I was in hospital for 10 months.
Wow.
And then obviously rehab's still going now, so that's 17 years later.
10 months in the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah.
You did it well, Dal, didn't you?
Yeah. I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't move my full arm for a full year.
Wow.
And now I've got finger movement, and now I can shut it and not open it with any function, but I can still do it.
That's a hell of a lot better than it was when I first met you.
Yeah, totally.
How have you approached your recovery and your rehabilitation?
Pretty much setting myself goals each year. So I set myself 5 goals of what I want to do, and then I set myself a plan to get to there. And little things like running, and even walking. I had to learn how to walk again, and just move my hand, and just at the moment, every night I pick up 53 pieces for fine finger skills. 53
pieces of what?
Of just little things like rubber bands and paper clips and just...
So fine motor?
Yeah, and I'm trying to get that better, obviously, to do things with my left hand functionally.
Okay, so you're picking things up with your left hand?
Yeah, and I'm putting them in a little tub sort of thing, so I've got 53, and I know 53 because I counted them once, because I thought, okay.
I was going to ask you, how did you settle on 53?
And I had to know how many I was doing it every night, and I'm like, oh, it was a bit crazy.
Wow. So it's a constant.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it took me about 10 years to realise that it's going to be lifelong. I thought after 10 years I'd be better. Yeah, I was happy with my recovery, but I wasn't even happy. I was happy with my recovery, but not where I wanted to be. Yeah, I wasn't perfect. My aim was to get perfect, and I reckon I'm about 97% on the way there.
Yeah, you've done. You've transformed in the time that I've known you. Yeah. Why don't you tell the story about that?
The whole even from eating. So when I met you, I was a little bit heavy, and
You used to say you were a happy little fatty.
Oh yeah. Either one was still a little bit wrong. But anyway, so then I got on the not eating meat sort of saga, because someone I knew used to be a vegetarian, and so I stopped eating meat for a few years, lost about 53 kilos. And now, I'm an athlete. I do a lot of exercise now, so the weight kept off, and I'm eating quite well. And yeah.
So tell me about your athlete journey, because you're up there now, aren't you?
I've got an indoor rowing machine at home, and I do it probably about 45 minutes a day on the indoor rower. Plus, I've got a recumbent bike from the gym.
What's a recumbent bike?
That's like an exercise bike, but sitting down for someone with a disability. And then I'd probably do about 100 Ks a week on that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm quite active in terms of physical ways. Then I see a personal trainer for 3 hours a week, go to the gym, build muscle. So for the last 2 months I put on 2 kilos of muscle. The next year I want to put on 5 kilos.
Wow.
All about building muscle.
That sounds really impressive. So tell me about your journey with Brain Injury Matters. Okay,
started as a self-advocate in 2009. Now, self-advocate is someone who looks after people with brain injuries and says you can have a great life having a brain injury. That's what a self-advocate is. And so I've been with Brain Injury Matters since 2009, but I was secretary for 2 years in 2017 to 2019, and then I became president or I don't really like that title. I prefer chairperson because I sound like a bit of a wanker, but that's all right.
That's all right. I like referring to you as Mr. President.
Yeah, Mr.
Brent.
President, that should be the way to go. When I'm in the meetings, I prefer myself chairperson just because the name sort of, Mr. President. Bill, I didn't really do wonders.
Oh, well, everyone wants a Marilyn Monroe, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm nowhere near Trump as well, so I don't mean known as Donald.
No, you don't. You're lacking the hairstyle, I think. So now you're president with Brain Injury Matters. What does that mean for? How does that play out for what you do for the organisation?
Okay, so probably 3 days a week I've sort of focused on Brain Injury Matters, and it sort of keeps me busy for that 3 days. And that's meetings. We have a committee of management meeting once a month, so we go to that, and so you just have meetings with staff, and went to a meeting today with some staff, and then we run 5 or 6 peer groups around Big Melbourne, and around Victoria maybe up to 10, I think. And peer groups are just people with brain injuries that all meet together and get together socially, and it's amazing sort of. And I'm in one online group on Wednesdays, and so I get to go to that, and then I sort of venture out to a couple of groups to see how they're going.
Well, peer groups are really important because the one common experience of people with brain injury is the isolation that occurs after a brain injury.
A good friend of mine who I could be looking at right now runs a program called By Accident. It's a program or business?
It's an organisation.
An organisation called By Accident, which is an amazing name. Anyway, this lady ran these workshops, so like peer groups, the start of peer groups, and it was like, we decided after she did the program with us, we could start our own, which we have, and they're pretty amazing.
Can you tell me what the importance of peers in the brain injury experience?
Okay, so basically before we started the peer groups, Brain Injury Matters would meet monthly for our community management meeting, and there'd be 8 of us there, and we'd just talk, but we didn't contact our members. The best thing, I try and turn every negative into a positive. The best thing about COVID was it got us to reach out to all our members. So we started running an online peer group, coffee morning on Mondays from one of our participants who was running the coffee morning, and it brought probably 25 to 50 people. Now it's 25, but 50 people during COVID together, and we'd have a chat, we'd ask a question, and that question would go out to everyone, and then we'd just go through each person, and they get to have a bit of a chat and talk to everyone and engage with everyone else. And it was a way for peer members engaging with other people with brain injuries. It's amazing connections that could happen, and that's pretty much how COVID was good, because it made us contact our members. And now we're running probably 10 to 11 peer groups around Victoria and Albury, and it just allows us to let those members, and they're game changers, because you meet people and you think, oh my God, look, I met a guy before, Blaine, and he had a car accident and he's had headaches, but like I can tell he's one of us, and and so hopefully he'll come to one of the peer groups and he can make new friends and just become part of his life, just because it's pretty amazing the connections you get, and the only person that understands someone with a brain injury is if you've had brain injury yourself.
Yes, exactly.
And like you can try and understand, but they don't really get it.
No, we are the true authorities of brain injury.
Totally.
Thanks, Brent, for talking to us. We'll see you later on in the program.
No worries.
Excellent.